This time we are taking you to Sweden. Not the postcard Sweden of castles and snow and royal palaces. We are going to Rågsved, a rough working class suburb on the edge of Stockholm, where the buildings are grey concrete blocks and the winters are long, dark, and freezing cold. Picture this. It is 1988. You are 5 years old. Your dad left when you were tiny, gone before you could even remember his face. Your mum, Elisabeth, works at a childcare center. Your stepdad Hasse helps raise you. And money? There is never enough. Daniel himself said it best. We were average Swedes. We didn't have much money. But your house has one magic thing in it. Hanging on the wall is an old Spanish nylon string guitar, and music is everywhere in your family. Your grandmother was a real opera singer. Your grandfather was a jazz pianist. It is in your blood, in your bones, in your DNA. And at just 4 years old, before you can even read properly, you pick up that guitar, which is almost as big as you are, and you teach yourself to play. Music becomes the first language you truly love. Then something even more powerful enters your life: a computer. Your stepdad works in technology and you fall in love with code. While other kids are outside playing in the snow, you are in your bedroom teaching yourself to program. You are mixing your two greatest loves, music and computers. By the time you are 14, you are not just messing around on the computer. You are running a real business out of your tiny bedroom, building professional websites for actual companies. And here is the part that will blow your mind. You are making serious money. Not pocket money, real money. By the age of 14, this kid from a working class housing block had earned around $50,000 building websites from his bedroom. More than most grown adults around him were making in a year. His name is Daniel Ek, and he had 86,400 seconds every single day to turn a kid from a Stockholm housing block into the man who saved the entire music industry. This is 86,400 Stories, episode 26, The Boy Who Saved Music. Daniel was a genius with code, but he was also hungry to win. He had a trick. When companies could not afford his website prices, he would hire his school friends, pay them in video games and pizza, and split the work. He was running a little business empire before he could even legally drive a car. He went to a technology high school where he was allowed to mix music and computers. He even set up the internet at his local youth club. After school, he got into the famous KTH Royal Institute of Technology to study engineering. But Daniel dropped out almost immediately. He did not need a piece of paper. He needed to build. He bounced between tech companies, soaking up everything like a sponge. He worked at an auction site called Tradera that later got bought by eBay. He learned how big companies worked. He learned how money moved. Then he started his own online advertising company called Advertigo. He built it up, and in 2006 he sold it for a life-changing amount of money. Daniel Ek was only 23 years old, barely older than a university student, and he was already a self-made millionaire. He had done it, the dream. He bought a red Ferrari. He went to the nightclubs. He had everything a young man could want. And he was miserable. Now here is where the trap kicks in. Daniel fell into a deep, dark depression. He had the money, the red Ferrari, the nightclubs, the lifestyle every young man dreams about. But inside he felt completely empty. He had chased money his whole life, finally caught it, and discovered a brutal truth. Buying things does not make you happy. So he did something most people would never do. He sold the Ferrari. He walked away from the party life. He moved into a quiet cabin in the Swedish countryside, and he sat there in the silence with one giant question burning in his mind. What do I actually want to build with my one life? That emptiness was his silent grind. It would have broken most people. But for Daniel, it became the launchpad for the biggest idea. In 2006, the music industry was dying, and the thing killing it was piracy. Websites like Napster and the Pirate Bay let people download any song they wanted for free, illegally. Musicians were not getting paid. Record labels were losing billions. The whole industry was on fire. Everyone was trying to fight piracy by suing people, taking music fans to court. Daniel Ek looked at all of that and had a completely different idea. One so simple it was genius. He said something that nobody else in the entire industry understood. You cannot beat free by fighting it. Suing people does not work. You can only beat free by making something better than free. Something so good, so fast, so easy that people would happily choose it over stealing. What if you could listen to any song in the entire world instantly, legally, and it loaded so fast and worked so smoothly that piracy just stopped making sense? What if convenience could beat crime? That was the birth of Spotify. Daniel teamed up with a business partner named Martin Lorenzen, and together they set out to build the impossible, a music app where every song loaded in under 200 milliseconds. Faster than you could blink, no waiting, no downloading, just press play and the music starts. That was the ultimate vision. He was not selling songs, he was selling a feeling, the feeling of having all the music in the world in your pocket. But there was one giant, terrifying problem. To play the music legally, Daniel needed permission from the record labels, the most powerful, most stubborn companies in the entertainment world, and they hated the internet. They blamed the internet for destroying their business. So Daniel did something insane. He flew to meet them again and again and again. He got rejected for over 2 years. 2 years of doors slamming in his face. But he refused to give up. He kept knocking until the giants finally said yes. In 2008, after years of fighting, Spotify finally launched, and it felt like pure magic. For the first time in human history, you could open one single app and play almost any song ever recorded by anyone, anywhere, instantly, legally, with no waiting. You could listen for free with a few short ads, or pay a small monthly fee and get every song with no ads at all. All the music in the world, sitting right there in the palm of your hand. People could not believe it. It felt like the future had arrived. Spotify spread across Sweden, then Europe, then the entire world. Daniel did it smart, one country at a time, making sure each one was perfect before moving to the next. That was the ultimate boss move. Think about what he actually did here. He walked straight up to an industry that was drowning, an industry that hated the internet, an industry that was busy suing its own fans and teenagers in their bedrooms. And instead of fighting them, he handed them a lifeboat. He gave artists a new way to get paid. He gave fans a legal way to listen. He did not just build a successful company, he saved the entire global music business and dragged it into the future, kicking and screaming the whole way. In 2018, Spotify went public on the New York Stock Exchange, valued at nearly $30 billion. The kid from the Rågsved housing block was now running one of the most important technology companies on the planet. Today, Spotify has over 690 million users around the world. More than 276 million of them pay every single month. It is the #1 music streaming service on earth. Daniel's net worth is now over $8 billion. He has even tried to buy Arsenal, the football club he supported as a poor kid in Stockholm. And he is now building new companies in healthcare and artificial intelligence to help the whole world. So now I have to ask you something. What is your excuse? Daniel Ek grew up in a rough housing block with a single mom and not much money. His dad left when he was a baby. He dropped out of one of the best universities in his country. He got so depressed after making his first millions that he sold his Ferrari and hid in a cabin. And when he started Spotify, the most powerful companies in music slammed their doors in his face for over 2 years. And he built an app that 690 million people use to soundtrack their entire lives. That is true power. Not the kind you buy with a Ferrari. The kind you build when you stop chasing things and start chasing a mission bigger than yourself. The trap you are sitting in right now. The empty feeling, the doubt, the voice that says it cannot be done. The people who laugh at your idea and call it impossible. That is not the end of your story. That is the beginning of it. Remember, Daniel Ek's single greatest idea did not come when he was rich and happy. It came from his lowest, darkest, most depressed moment, alone in a cabin. Your low moment, the thing you are going through right now, might be hiding your greatest idea. Do not waste the pain. Use it. He did all of it inside the same 86,400 seconds you and I get every single morning. Same clock, same hours, different choices. Take the pain of the trap and turn it into your mission. Master the hustle by making something better than what already exists. And fight for the ultimate flex. The life where you do not just get rich, you change the whole world. The pen is in your hands. And possibility has no postcode. If this story moved you, smash that subscribe button right now. Hit the bell so you never miss an episode. Share this with someone who feels stuck tonight. And drop a comment. Tell me, what is your Spotify? What is the thing you are going to build? See you in the next account. This has been 86,400 stories, hosted by Mayo. Every second, there is a story.